Anyone who's been watching my channel for a bit knows I'm a big Flywheel fan, but I'm also a big shotgun fan. I never would have thought that the two worlds would kind of come together and you would get Flywheel shotguns. But thanks to GenCo Megawerks, this thing exists. This is the rail cleaner. It is a flywheel shotgun that shoots these shells and shoots 4 at a time, which is super cool and, to be honest, pretty groovy. Did I mention this thing really screams? Like, it's super loud, super powerful. This thing runs off a 3S LiPo and it delivers some very powerful shotgun blasts. In today's video, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, go into a little bit more detail as to, you know, what it takes to build one of these, where you can get one of these, and also just kind of go over its overall ergonomics and performance and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So the GenCo Megawerks rail cleaner truly is a rare blaster. I think there's only like 8 or 9 of these in existence. I know Wacom S7 has one. I built one here. Boomstick Mods has one. I believe Domochevsky sold like maybe 5 or 6, and I think he's got a few that he's built and has ready for sale. So yeah, there's not a lot of these in the world, and they're truly amazing. Now, I know what most people are gonna say, that this is a very expensive blaster, and for many people, for the average consumer, I'd agree. I think this is kind of out of people's price range. I just want to point out that if you're in the hobby and this is something you're really into and you want something that is unique and rare, I'd recommend picking up one of these. These things are just crazy. There's nothing like it. I mean, I can't think of anything else like it. It's truly amazing. This one, like I said, I built. I was able to get a hardware kit from Domochevsky. I have been kind of working with him on the side and developing some other projects, but great guy, super talented. He's got some really good abilities, and I think he makes really cool stuff. He's got some really amazing products that he's working on if you want to follow him. I think his main platform for communication, I believe, is Twitter. I'll go ahead and post a link to his Twitter. So real quick, let me kind of go over the build process for this. I was gonna do this as a build guide. However, I believe that the instructions that he provides, and I actually worked with him, I utilized the instructions, I went through everything. Anything that was kind of not 100% clear, I kind of went back and he made changes. So we've done a lot of work on making these instructions very clear and easy for people to follow. So I believe if you want to do one of these builds on your own, I think that they should be more than enough to get you through the build. Now let's talk about printing one of these. If you are a brave person and you really want to build one of these things are quite a bit of work to build. I believe Boomstick Mods did one on stream, and I think he ended up doing another video on it, but and then I must have took like 2 weeks to build mine because number one, the parts take quite a while to print. I think it was like 8 days of printing or something. So it's a lot of filament here. And then the actual build is, it's a pretty intense build. I mean, it's not horrible, but there's a lot of stuff going on. As you can see here, the mechanism of this blaster is really cool, which I just think it kind of fascinates me how that was designed, and I really like it. Much like a lot of Domochevsky's stuff. A lot of the products on the GenCo Megawerks Etsy are just very unique. They're really cool. So this is no exception. This is obviously the flagship product that he sells, and I know he's working on a few others. So when you start to consider the amount of time, effort, and printing and building, I can clearly state the price that he is selling these things is very reasonable, because I look at it this way, like if I were to sit here and build this for someone, how much would they have to pay me to do this again? And it would probably be a lot more than what he's selling it. And if you don't believe me, ask Boomstick Mods, he'll probably say a similar thing, because yeah, I don't know how he's selling these at the price point he is, because like they are a bit of work. This one in particular, I ended up painting, but normally he does LED work in them, and he'll do a lot of transparent filaments in which you see the stuff glow. I wanted to do this as my Zombie Strike loadout, so that's why it's painted like this. But yeah, I can imagine like this thing looks so cool when it's glowing. Like, you know, he's done like red ones and blue ones and just different types of LED glow work, and it's really nice. Let's talk about the ergonomics real quick. This thing is a chunky boy. Like, it is a big, beefy blaster, and I do like that about it. That's part of the aesthetics of it and how it looks. I really like that. Ergonomically speaking, it's actually pretty comfortable. The stock is at a good point. This is not too sharp or anything. It doesn't really jab into you too much. The pistol grip has a lot of room on it, a lot of real estate to hold on to. That's a good adult sized pistol grip, so I like that. This thing actuates by hitting this lever here, and then of course pulling the trigger to fire. You can also deprime the system by hitting this. And to eject this part, just pull it and the shells kind of have a natural way of just wanting to fall out. So that's really nice. This up here is a carrying handle that I added just because it's such a big blaster, I have a tendency to just want to grab a handle on it. I don't know. It just seems like it fits really well. Plus it's black, it matches the kind of the accent on it and the pistol grip. It kind of pulled it all together for me. I really like it. I'm sure you can throw some optics up there, but the way this thing fires, it just shoots a blast of darts, and they're pretty sporadic. I'm gonna be honest, like that spread is just wow. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things, like, you're gonna hit something because it's 4 darts and they're flying out of this thing around, what is it, 80 FPS or so. I'll go ahead and post chronograph numbers so that they have enough velocity behind them, but that's 4 darts. Like, usually shotguns that shoot like 2 or 3 aren't really doing that much, but shooting 4 darts in a wide pattern like that, like you're getting tags at 50 feet pretty consistently. This up here is a voltmeter, which I do like this. This is a nice safety thing to see, that it's the LiPo alarm that feeds down in and is actually wired into your LiPo, so you can quickly see your voltage, which I'd like to see more people do that kind of work in their 3D designs, because that's pretty nice. One of my gripes with this blaster is I'm not too fond of just the chopped off nose. I would like to see a little bit of barrel action here. This is easily corrected by just adding something on there, which I might add something in the future. I think this printed part here could just be extended a little bit further out, so it has like a nice little barrel. As you can see up here, this forward grip area is a little bit small for me, so I typically have a tendency to put my hand back here, and that works fine too, or sometimes in the middle, which perfectly fine. Having the back sling point is really nice. I am a big fan of single point sling systems, so that's really cool to have that right there. This is held all together with a screw here, so you can quickly access your battery tray. Very good design. I like battery trays like this. So in conclusion, can I recommend this blaster? I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, the price is pretty high for this one. So I can only recommend this to people that are serious about Nerf and you wanna add to your collection, get something big, amazing, and crazy and unique. And also if you're a shotgun fan, it's definitely gonna help. But these are kind of a specific buyer that I'd recommend this to. If that's your kind of if you're that kind of person, I highly recommend this thing. I am very happy to have this in my collection. You know, I kind of think of this thing as like a very unique, specific blaster, much like maybe like a Bulwark or, you know, an FDL or something that's like very unique and different that you don't see out there. And this to me is like a collector's item, really. I'm really happy to have one. Well, I'm DrFlux. That pretty much wraps up this review of the GenCo Megawerks rail cleaner. Let me know in the comment section if this is something that really interests you. Is this something that you want to add to your collection? This is definitely not a blaster for everyone. If you want to bring something unique to the battlefield that you probably won't see a lot of, I think this is a great place to start. I also want to take a moment to thank my patrons. With your continued support, I'm able to continuously make videos and it helps fund the crazy builds that I've been doing. So just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, happy foam flinging.